you ready to make technology work for you? Tune in to Act on Tech, the podcast where we break down the latest tech trends and show you how to boost your productivity at home and in your business. So, subscribe to Act on Tech today and visit alexcustomtech.com to see how we can take your business to the next level. That's Act on Tech, your guide to smarter tech for a smarter business. Alex Custom Tech, IT means integrity and trust.
Hi, welcome to Act on Tech, where we talk all things technology. I'm Alex of Alex Custom Tech, and today is going to be part 3 of our mini series. And what small business should do about hardware shortage. So this is the third and final topic on this little kerfuffle, and I might visit again later, depends on if anything changed, but we're gonna really focus on solutions here, if there really is any, because there's not really any solution. There's only trade-offs. So we're gonna focus on the trade-offs. We're gonna focus on what we can do to minimize the blow of this global shortage, our global supply chain that's affecting our business and affecting IT and affecting the hardware that we are using in our business, and what kind of delays it's causing and how much money we're losing, so we can minimize that, right? So that's what this is going to be today, because we already talked about the DDR shortage, and we also talk about how the global event affect hardware supplies. But now it comes to the most important question: what should we do what should we actually do about it? Okay, so let's talk about reality, right? Because here's the truth: most small businesses don't fail because of technology shortage, right? It's going to be blunt about that. When your business fails, it's not because of the computer in your office why it fails. They struggle because they don't plan their technology properly. Now, it's a weird thing at me saying that, but again, I see it in my own life, right? Technology doesn't hold me back because I'm knowledgeable, right? Like, I just mentioned this to you guys a couple of weeks ago. Like I said, my wife works from home, so her job relies on the internet, right? So there's other people in her company that work from home too, right? When we lost internet over the weekend, it was like Sunday morning at 4 o'clock in the morning when I got up and it wasn't working. If that happened to somebody else, right, they'd have to, unless they have a cousin or their husband or something like that, what they're gonna do? They're gonna have to call the ISP and say, "Hey, my internet's not working." Right, and ISP is gonna say, "Well, okay, I have to book you into my, open windows, and whenever the open windows is, and I have to wait around until they come there and fix it." And that problem is not something that it's not even they can actually say, "Well, that's not on us," because that's beyond the demarcation. Because again, it's the modem. So unless you get a modem from them, and it's their modem that went bad, right? They don't have to come and fix it. And again, if say it was someone that heard from somebody else that, hey, you can buy your own modem and not pay the rent from the ISP, right? And then you went and got the modem, and then the modem goes bad, but you're not a technical person, then what? When you call Verizon, they're gonna say, "That's not my modem. That's a you problem." And you have to talk to the person who told you about the modem idea before. So again, how much time are you gonna lose from the company you work for if you work from home? So that's what I'm trying to point out to you guys. Of course, MSP, you need an MSP for your business. You have somebody on hand you can call. They come in, they look at it, they say, "Okay, yeah, this is an issue either with the ISP or this is on our end." You need that, right? You need knowledge in your back pocket, whether it's your knowledge or someone you can call. That's what the MSP does. That's what I do. Okay, so again, they struggle because they don't plan their technology. That's why they fail, right? So, principle one: Let's just go through some principles. Principle 1, stop reacting to IT. Let's not react to IT, right? And I'm going to say that with a caveat. You as a business owner shouldn't be reacting to IT. If you're technologically inclined, technology inclined, or tech inclined, right? You'll like it. Fine. You can react to it because it's fun for you. I can tell you that for myself. Like, solving these problems is fun. But as a small business, a lawyer, doctor, accountant, whatever business that you focus on, you shouldn't be reacting to this. You should have someone that is on top of this, right? So the first thing, stop reacting. Waiting until something breaks or waiting until you need an upgrade puts you at the mercy, pretty much, at price availability and that kind of stuff. So like, again, if you were waiting around for something to break and then now this is happening, then you're gonna have to deal with the prices and the shortage and all this stuff. Okay, you wait around, kind of like I said in my last podcast when I said, it would have been good to have a modem put aside. Again, this is a house. I can go to Best Buy and pick it up, so I'm not really losing anything. Like, really, my wife didn't lose anything. She's off Saturday and Sunday, so it being down on Sundays is perfect. She's still late. When I was doing this, she was laying in the bed just chilling, right? Monday morning when she got to go to work, internet is up because it got fixed, by 12 on Sunday. So again, but if it was a business, they have to wait 8 hours, 9 hours until it get fixed. But if one wasn't in the closet, you could have put it out and put it in. So just kind of plan ahead, especially for critical systems. That's a critical system. A modem is a critical system because that's where the demarcation ends. When ISP comes in, it converts what's on the coaxial cable and it turns it into Ethernet, and it you can run it on your network. So that's a very important piece of the backbone on the network. Okay, principle, very, very important, right? That's the first principle, right? Let's go to principle 2. Extend what you have. This is something that I do all the time. So when you say extend what you have, if your company is working fine, you don't have to upgrade, right? Wait until the price comes down. If it's not broke, don't fix it. in a sense, right? And that's kind of what I did with the modem, right? Yes, it was old, right? It's mission critical as far as like for the house, but my kids could do without internet for a couple of days, or if worst case scenario, my wife can't, right? But on the weekends, it's fine. I can get up, get my breakfast, and go buy the modem, right? But I get the life out of that thing because I bought it years ago. I got the life out of it, and and believe it or not, that modem is a surfboard. I think it's 6190, right? I had a surfboard before that one, a Netgear modem before that one. So I've always had my own modems, and that one wasn't broke when I replaced it with the surfboard. So I do have a practice of leaving. I right now bought this new one, and I probably should buy one as soon as the next model comes out. I'm probably going to purchase it and put it to the side just in case, right? So you want to extend what you have, right? Just instead of constantly replacing systems, focus on maintaining and extending the life of what you have already own, right? To kind of, because again, wars, you don't know how long it's going to last, but if it's going to last a little bit, you can extend your life on until it's over and then the supply chains come back. And simple upgrade the RAM, storage, and proper system maintenance, like what your MSP would do, can go a long way in weathering the storm, if you will, right? Principle 3, standardization. This is a big one, right? So you have an office with a couple people in there, a couple users, and they all got their one desktop, right? How about getting the same computers for all of the desktops, all the users, right? You standardize it. One of the things that we do here at Alex Custom Tech, we standardize the networking. So it's only 2 companies that I use, one more than the other. I use TP-Link, and I use Unify. Right? Those are what network equipment we use. Now, there's other network equipment like Jupiter and Cisco and stuff like that. Like, I've dabbed in those. I've used them. I've been into places where I had to configure them. I get that people have them, but again, when you sign up with me and you're on board with me, we're gonna put in either TP-Link or Unify in your system, because I do unify my network. I do standardize my network, right? Because then it's easier for me, and I can react to things faster. I can I have a complete system for it, so I do that. But it's also good because, like I said, when you standardize things, another thing, it focus on one standard, right? Running different types of machines makes it harder to manage upgrades and replacements, right? When you standardize, you know what, it's all the same. Standardized system makes the environment easier and easier to support and predictable, right? Again, with Unify, for instance, like, it's built to talk to each other. So it's just like plug and play. It's really simple. And you want reliability, right? You want your internet to be up. You want your printers to work. You want that standardization. Now, again, you can hodgepodge different things, duct tape it together and have it work if you're technically inclined. But you use multiple places of failure, and it's not standardized. If you have a standardized set of computers in your office with users, one finished, one not working, you can pop that one out and put another one in, and you're off to the races again. They're not down for too long. So that's why standardization might be something you want to consider in as a principle to mitigate supply chain shortages, right? 4, buy ahead. We talked about that a little bit on the last podcast, and here is it. When you buy ahead strategically. So if you know you're gonna need a hardware, right, buy it ahead of time, or buy the next model, buy the latest model of a hardware even before the one you have break. So say, like I just did the surfboard. I had the surfboard DOCSIS 3.0 years ago, right? If I bought the next model up, right, and just have it in the house, when this one went, I could pop the other one in without even going to Best Buy. I would have cut the time down by 4 hours, right? So you can do that, because you're gonna have to replace things anyway, just because of the life of it, because after a while companies stop supporting things. So yeah, you can do that. Again, a home is different from an office, so I can get away with that in my home, right? But you as a business owner, you have your own modem, for instance. You buy the one that you need right now. It's in the server rack. You have that one, and then as soon as the next one comes, when they upgrade it, and there's an upgraded version to the one you have, you grab it and you put it to the side. So when you put it to the side, and then that one dies, or there's a supply chain issue, or whatever the heck happens, Murphy tends to come along when things are bad. So you would already have it in the closet. Take it out, put it in. You're down for what? An hour, 2 hours? Have it put aside. And it's not only modems we're talking about, it's computers. And so if you have 5 clients, if you have 5 devices or 5 users, 5 computers, 5 desks in your environment, right? You can have 7 computers, 7 actual desktops. 5 of them is actually in use with your employees, and then you have 3 in the closet. So one of them dies on you, just pull up the other one, hook it up, and then off to the races you go, right? That's what I mean. That's an option, right? So definitely, that's a principle. Buy ahead. So if you know you're gonna need the hardware, buy ahead. Not excessively. You don't want to buy 10, right? But strategically, especially if it's critical system. You should know what's in your network that's critical. You should know that. Like in my radio station right now, it's offline because I'm doing some revamping of it. But I know what the critical things are. My NAS is critical. My automation computer is critical. My mixing board is critical. These things are critical. In my office, I have a NAS in my office in Alex Custom Tech that's critical. I have, there's a couple of switches that are critical. Of course, the modem is critical. The firewall is critical. So, what's critical, in the network, and you want to have a backup for that, right? So backups are not only files, right? So especially if it's a critical system, you wanna have something. And I mean, not only that, if you go down, you're gonna cost you money, but you wanna have something backup for that. So buy ahead, right? Principle 5: don't chase trends. This is one I'm talking to my kids about, and I've always had a problem with trends. Don't chase trends. Not every business needs the latest technology. Every business needs to have a Cisco because Cisco is a brand and whatever. And every business need to have that, right? You don't need to have that. Again, you can argue all day with me. I don't believe in trends, right? Just because DDR5 for example, just because DDR5 exists and it's in the world and we know it's a beast, you might not need it. More likely, 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna need it, right? You don't have to have that. Doesn't mean that you need to, move into it immediately, right? Stable is more important than being on the cutting edge, which is just use computers and technology for its functionality and stop using it to show off, right? That's pretty much what I'm saying, right? I've been inside of offices where the guy literally showed me that he have a Cisco switch. I got a Cisco switch right here. Like, you know that a Netgear would have done just fine. You spend how much money for that? Really? So again, you don't need that. So yes, definitely. Technology isn't about having the newest thing. It's about having something that works consistently, reliably, and predictably. I am definitely the vanilla guy, okay? I grew up the vanilla guy. Girls are not really into that, but hey, I'm the vanilla guy, and I don't care. I like when things just do what it's supposed to do. I'm not into the bells and whistles. I just never understood trends. I just don't understand trends. I don't understand the allure of it. The people group thing. I don't get it. So that being said, just stay away from that kind of stuff. So the principles I just laid out to you, I'll give you 5 principles that you can definitely if you use these, say you don't even have an MSP, you do these, you should be fine. Principle 1: stop reacting to IT, right? Have a plan, right? Principle 2: extend what you have. If you have something that's not broken, keep it, just maintain it. If you can maintain it, right? Standardization is a good thing. If you have computers deployed in your office, desktop computers or laptop computers, whatever it is, if you decide you're going to go with HP, go with HP. Don't have HP, Apple, this one, that one. No, just have HP. So if desktop is HP desktop, a certain brand, a certain model, just have, everybody has that one, right? So you can interchange, swap it or whatever if you need to. It gives you that ability to react, to do things in case something happens, and it's simple, right? You can buy one drive, one RAM for this, can go in any of them. You have the same size, form factor, or whatever the case is. I don't know, there's different scenario, but it's all the same, so you don't have to really think about it too much. You can do that with your networking gear too, right? Standardizing. When it's standardized, you can have like the Omega line from TP-Link. I know there's a big question with them right now, but you can have that, right? And it's built to talk to each other, so it's not complicated, and you have like one access point, one brand access point, so all of them would be mesh, of course, if you know what you're doing, and everything is just talking to each other with seamlessly. It's not a problem. Standardize. Okay. Principle 3, right? Standardize. Principle 4, buy ahead. But don't buy the whole farm now. I'm just buy ahead strategically. You have 5 users, 5 computers at a desk. You can have 3 more in the closet, right? You have a modem, like kind of my situation that happened to my house. Instead of, the modem dying and you gotta go call somebody and do all this stuff, you can have another modem in the closet. It could be the exact same one. You can buy 2 when you buy the one if you want, or you can buy one and wait a couple of years until they do the next one and then buy the other one, whatever you want to do. But make sure you have a backup for the mission critical, we call it in IT, mission critical devices, mission critical software, mission critical, right? Would mean that you cannot work without it, right? So buy ahead. And the last one, of course, my favorite, is don't follow other people, which is a Jamaican thing. Don't follow trends, right? No need to follow trends. Your number one focus should always be consistently. Is it working consistently? Is it reliable? Is it predictable? Those are the things. Boredom, my friend, and you're only going to hear it here at Act on Tech. You're only going to hear it from Alex. Boredom is good. Boredom is not bad. When you're bored, you're safe. That's my philosophy in life. I got a couple of philosophies, but that's my philosophy in life. Boredom, you're safe. So stay with the tried and true. Don't follow trends because it's never good, right? Never good. So final thoughts or takeaways, if you want to call it that. Hardware shortages will come and go. Right? It's not gonna be the last, and this is not the first, and it's not gonna be the last. But businesses that plan ahead, stay structured, and understand the system won't be affected the same way as others. And then the system I'm talking about, we talk about it over the last 3 podcasts, is that there's an economical trend to this. There's an economical reaction to this, and it's pretty predictable, right? What causes it doesn't matter really half the time. It's just the economical process that happens all the time with the supply chain, right? And then also there's the market factors too, like the AI need and stuff like that. So it's not so blaming people and blaming companies, which I never understood, that company's not a person, but blaming companies for being greedy it's dumb. It's just dumb, right? And it shows a lack of intelligence in a sense. Like, you don't understand how life really works. Because like evil, that's a broad statement to make. You know what evil is? Have you seen evil? I'm not gonna go into that. So companies aren't evil. So that's what it is, right? And then take that away. So again, the first one I did in this series was the DDR shortage, and I felt like I kind of brushed over it a little bit, and I wanted to be more in depth. I think it deserved that, so that's why I kind of broke it up into 3 parts on the same topic. And I'll do that with other topics too if I think it requires deep dive like this one did, right? And as long as you understand that, right? And also changes that I'm making in the podcast. Like I've spent a lot of time doing this now. It's like a year now, so a year and a half. I'm doing this, and I've been very reluctant to say to you guys, hey, Act on Tech is a marketing funnel for Alex Custom Tech, which is me, and I'm looking to work with people. So if you guys need a stable network, need reliability, what we're talking about in this podcast, if you need something that's stable and you want somebody to support you and back you guys up and keep your network up and running, visit alexcustomtech.com, fill out the form there, and we'll get back to you and see if we can work together. Again, of course, take the time out to listen to the podcast if you can get through them. and see if I'm somebody you want to work with, of course. But that's why I'm here. I'm here to help. If I can help via the podcast, that's good. If I can help actually be your MSP, that's also good. Either way, stay productive. Don't be reactionary, right? And again, if you are a tech person and you're listening to this, because I don't know why you're listening to this, you're a tech person because you already know this stuff. But if you are a tech person, and like myself, like I'm telling you to not be reactionary. In some cases, I am, right? In some cases, I am. Like I said, when the modem went down in my house, that's a reactionary thing because the modem went down first and then I reacted to it and fixed it. But that's not a business, first of all. And even though my wife worked from home, right, it wouldn't have been down long enough to affect her. So because I am there, she has somewhat of an MSP there, right? So it's not the same. If you're not technically inclined, you can't do that. Because if you're in a situation where your business needs to be up 24/7, you can't take that risk. And that's the difference I want to point out. Like, I'm not going to just say here, don't be reactive, and you're a technical person, you love that, you live for that. Like, I get that. But I don't think my audience is that. I think my audience is people who want to be able to keep their business up and running without worrying about technology. Because again, it's a job within itself. So I get it, right? So I always say, stay productive.
You've been listening to Act on Tech, powered by Alex Custom Tech. We help small businesses take control of their technology with secure networks, reliable backups, and systems designed to run without interruption. No guesswork, no quick fixes, just IT that works the way it should. For business services and professional camera installations, visit alexcustomtech.com. Stay connected, stay secure, and stay in control. This is Abby from Polyvinyl 97 FM saying thank you for listening to Act on Tech, and we'll see you next Wednesday, same time, same place.